Ooh, woo, woo. It's the PHNX Daily Bet Show. I'm your host for today and yesterday, and for as long as Shane Diefenbach is sick, Shawn and Petey, alongside me, the one, the only, Steve Peters.
Yeah, I can't believe they let me back. I suck at this, by the way. So if you are watching, it's like the opposite show. That wasn't a thing, like Bizarro Superman.
Yeah.
Just do the opposite.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Probably good. Probably good if you did the opposite of what I told you to do yesterday on bets, because I really believed in the Arizona Diamondbacks, and that was foolish. The Arizona Diamondbacks are down bad in the worst of ways right now.
They need to win.
Yeah, they were.
But see, what's frustrating about baseball is right when you think you've got the win. See, I don't know the theme song. I don't know these cues.
I'm here every day.
Both producer Jacob and yourself did the drum solo. Yeah. I'm not in.
Listen, if that's,
the ooh. Yeah. I'm not into the ooh. I don't know that yet.
You have to develop your own ooh. Ooh, boo, boo. You got to develop your own ooh.
I know, but I tried when I technically hosted the show last week.
You did, I know.
And I sucked.
I don't think that's true.
But
his
the Diamondbacks
was terrifying.
So, like, what is it with baseball teams that they can't close games out? Like, what is it with that? Like, I look at two things. I look at the manager, putting the wrong guy into a situation where he can't succeed, or I look at a bullpen pitcher that just can't perform. Those are the two things. And right now, the Diamondbacks, their bullpen just is not coming through and closing games out.
Yeah,
and they're going to just have to pitch better.
Yeah, no, I agree.
See how smart I am about baseball?
Pitch
better.
They're the smartest. They are. We talked about it at length yesterday on the PHNX D-Back show. Obviously, it's easy to sit here and be like, Torrey's making the bad decisions when the pitchers come in and suck. But, like, all of the pitchers have come in and kind of suck, especially recently. So it's kind of hard to blame Torrey. He's got to pitch the guys on his roster. He's got to pitch somebody.
Yeah. What happened in the days, though, and maybe Jacob can jump into this, too. Like, I'm older than both of you combined. Oh, pretty close. What happened to the days where they let pitchers just pitch? Buddy, he's at 90 pitches.
Guys are started blowing their arms out.
Yeah, and guys are pitching 102 miles per hour now.
Oh, it's a complete game shutout.
Not everyone can be Nolan Ryan. Okay,
Buddy, complete game shutout. I want to see it.
But guys, I agree with you. It would be awesome.
We got to start looking at the bullpen at the fifth inning now. The bullpen better win games then.
Yeah. The Diamondbacks also need a little bit. Well, they need their pitchers to be healthy, which they're starting to be a little bit.
They need mainstay today.
Yeah, mainstay Merrill Kelly. Mert, he's back.
Well, we'll get to that too.
Yeah, and he's returning from IL. We'll talk about that in a second. But they desperately need that. They need starters to go longer in the game, so they have to rely on their bullpen a little bit less. They have to make some moves at the deadline. There's things they need to address, but I think it's very clear what they need to address, which is a good situation to be in. It's not like everything's on. Everything's kind of on fire, but it's clear.
When is the trade deadline in Major League Baseball?
End of the month, July 31st or August 1st, I guess.
So this is a tense time for Diamondbacks.
Yes, this next week is crucial for the Arizona Diamondbacks. If they completely shit the bed and don't win over the next week,
selling.
I don't know if they're going to be selling, but their approach at the deadline is definitely going to be very different. It's going to be much less aggressive if there is any kind of movement at all. I don't think that if they sell, it would be like a Lourdes Gurriel type thing, who I guess has a little bit of value right now, even though he's kind of sucked recently and has doesn't have a whole lot of control or a lot of term left on his contract.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be selling. I don't really see that. Even if they were to lose every game from now until the deadline, I think they're still. I think if anything, they would stay pat.
I hope they don't lose every game.
As do I. And I also hope I don't lose every bet, which I didn't do yesterday, but I came pretty damn close. We want to throw my picks up from yesterday. Mariners money line, they lost 4-3 in extras. That one hurts. We don't need to talk about that second one. The Diamondbacks -1.5. We all know how that one went. But fuck the Los Angeles Dodgers, Jose Barrios, and the Toronto Blue Jays. Shout out the Six. They went. Jesus, Max is just screaming out there. They went into Dodger Stadium and beat the Dodgers 6-3. In extras, shout out Dalton Varsho for a big 2 RBI double in extra innings to push them to a win. So 1 for 3, which that sucks. And then Juan Soto, you're dead to me. 0 for 3 yesterday. He's got an OPS over 1,000 against right-handed batters or right-handed pitchers. Pitching a 22-year-old who's pitching in his second career start and went 0 for 3 with a walk. You're dead to me, Juan Soto. Jacob, do you want to go over yours?
Yeah, we can. It just depends on what you quantify.
Yeah, we'll throw out what picks you have.
So the picks that ended up on the graphic was the D-backs run line, which you also had, which unfortunately didn't hit. But the money line did hit because Kyle Schwarber is a terrible left fielder.
Yeah.
What should have probably been a routine out down the left field line turned into
keep him out of the field.
A go-ahead double in the top of the 9th inning for the Orioles.
Yeah.
I'll take that plus money for probably one of the hottest teams in baseball, if not the hottest team in baseball.
And then you also had the over.
I had the over in the D-backs game, which was over 9.5. There was 16 total runs scored.
That hit as well.
Pretty handedly. And I did on the show call a Christian Walker home run.
That is also true.
He did hit.
He did do that. Is that the only? Did you not have any props otherwise?
I said Corbin stolen bases was one that I liked, but he didn't steal any bases.
Yeah, it was. It was a tough day, but we bounced back today. And we're gonna bounce back with the help of our friends at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. I mentioned this yesterday. Have you had the chance to see any Barbenheimer yet?
Buddy, no. Until he starts streaming, I ain't going to a theater.
But Oppenheimer, I've heard you have to see.
I know, maybe. Did you?
No, not yet. I think I might see Barbie tomorrow if I have the time in the evening. We'll see. But the reason I bring that up is because on DraftKings you can bet on Best Picture. At the Oscars.
Yeah, lock it in.
Lock it in. They are currently the favorite at like plus 150.
But it's still plus money.
Yeah, it's still plus money, so you can more than double your money.
I would jump on the Oppenheimer right now.
By betting on Oppenheimer, yeah. You also can get Barbie at plus 1,600 as of yesterday. At least I haven't checked that this morning. But I think Oppenheimer's probably going to lock that shit up if I'm being honest. So if you're looking to bet on the Oscars or bet on any sports as well, you can bet on damn near anything over on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And if you're a new customer, you can download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PHNX. Bet just $5 to score $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code PHNX only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or HOPE-NY. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resorts, in West Virginia, gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. All games regulated by the West Virginia Lottery. Please play responsibly. In partnership with Hollywood Casino at Charlestown Races in Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. 1 boost per eligible game. Opt-in required. Max bet $50. 10 plus legs required for 100% boost. Eligibility, wagering, and deposit restrictions apply. That was pretty flawless. I just want to say I was impressed with myself there.
If I had a sound effects, I would have hit it.
Thank you. Hopefully there's similar reactions to our bets. And to Merrill Kelly pitching tonight. Like we said earlier, Merrill Kelly back from the IL for the Arizona Diamondbacks at probably the most crucial time possible. Obviously, he's a starting pitcher. He pitches once every 5 games, so there's only so much impact he can have directly, I guess. But as we talked again last night on the PHNX D-Back show, you can kind of look at the moment when he went to the IL as the moment that things started all kind of falling apart for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And like I said, you want your starters going long into games, which Merrill Kelly does pretty frequently. And when you do that, it takes pressure off of your bullpen. Your bullpen's used less, able to be more effective in the moments that they are used. So hopefully Merrill Kelly's return helps them get a little bit more on track. And I think we are both predicting just that to happen. Petey, do you want to get into your picks?
Sure, I get to do my picks?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm going to go with Merrill Kelly coming back. And I think more importantly than Merrill Kelly coming back, I think the Diamondbacks need a win.
Yes,
and they need a win at home.
Yes, they do.
And I think that this is going to be the spark that gets them on a little streak at home. And I will take the D-backs. And I'm going to take the spread -1.5 at plus 155. I think their bats are going to come alive. And I really think they are going to defend better. And I think Merrill Kelly on the mound is going to do that. I'm going to go to a former Diamondback pitcher in the Guardians versus Royals game. The Royals stunned the Guardians in Cleveland yesterday. They throw Zach Greinke, who's coming in with a solid 1-10 record for the Kansas City Royals today. I think the Royals get tossed around today by the Guardians. I think, again, I took the spread -1.5 at -105 Guardians over the Royals.
I like it. We can go right into my picks because I'm right there with you as far as the D-backs are concerned. I was a little coward just with the money line because the bats have been scuffling a little bit. But hopefully Christian Walker hit a home run yesterday. He's busting out of his little bit of slump. Really need Lourdes Gurriel to figure it out. The bats concern me a little bit, but it's, as we were saying, it's Merrill the mainstay. I think we get a vintage Merrill performance today. And if that happens, I like the D-backs chances. Mets money line, Verlander on the mound in the Subway Series against New York Yankees. Verlander really struggled to begin the year, but he's kind of figured it out. Over his last 7 games, he's got a 2.25 ERA, a whip of exactly 1, 37 strikeouts. He's been pitching pretty well, and the Yankees just suck right now. They don't have Aaron Judge. That lineup is really not threatening to me at all. So I like the Mets to figure that out. Rays -1.5 against the Marlins. Marlins also sucking right now, as we talked about at length in the D-backs show yesterday. Again, luckily for the D-backs, everyone in the wild card race is kind of sucking. The Marlins are no exception. The Rays are pretty good. Again, Tyler Glass now on the mound. He's been good since coming back from injury. I think he's only given up 3 runs in his last 3 starts, or 3 runs or less in his last 3 starts, something like that. So I like the Rays -1.5 at plus money, and then the Dodgers money line. This is really just a pitching matchup situation. They host again the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays pitcher that they have on the mound is this is very much like a Ryan Nelson versus Ryan Nelson situation, where you have 2 guys with very dramatic home road splits. The Dodgers pitcher, or Julio Urias, is just way better at home than he is on the road, and the Blue Jays pitcher is way better at home than he is on the road, and he's on the road. So I'm picking the pitcher who is good on the road or good at home over the pitcher who is bad on the road. That just makes sense to me. We also got some props. You can go into my props first. Fernando Tatis. Juan Soto's dead to me. Fernando Tatis, you will be dead to me tonight too if you don't pull through for me. Chance to double my money on over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs with Fernando Tatis. He absolutely rakes off righties again, or against lefties. Dick Mountain is on the mound for the Pirates. He's an old man. I think this Padres lineup is going to jump all over him. Fernando Tatis over. He's got a $1 of an OPS against lefties, so I like him to eat there. And then this one here is just for Anthony Totri. Tyler Glass now over 8.5 Ks. Again, chance to double my money. This guy just shoves. He strikes out a lot of guys. I believe his strikeout total is hitting his last 3 games. So I'm going to keep rocking with it. Glass now is kind of that dude. You also have a prop as well.
Yeah, and I'm going to go to my home state of Minnesota. Yep. If you watch the Coyote Show, you would know that I'm a big Minnesota
pretty big
fan.
Minnesota guy.
So I'm going to go to the Central Division leading Twins. I don't like them to win this game, so I went with a prop. Pablo Lopez right now is 3rd in the majors with strikeouts. He has over 11 strikeouts per 9.
Pretty good.
Dude can strike people out. Yeah. So I like Pablo Lopez over 7.5 Ks. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
7.5 is a lot.
That is a lot.
Buddy on the mound on fire. So I'm going to go to the home state Twins, and I'm going to take Pablo Lopez, and I'll be watching. I'll be tuned in.
Yeah, no, I love Pablo Lopez. I think he's one of the more.
Oh
yeah, I think he's one of the more underrated pitchers in baseball right now. He hasn't been getting results necessarily, but like you said, he's one of the best strikeout artists in the league right now. So I like that one a lot. To answer a couple of questions in the chat, someone asked how many games the D-backs are back. They are currently 4 games back from the Dodgers in the division, and then they are currently a half game back from Cincinnati for the first wild card spot, but they are in a 3-way tie with the Marlins and the Dodgers for those other wild card spots. So they're still right in the thick of it. Like I said, all of the teams that are also in the wild card are also struggling. The Reds are 5 of 5 over the last 10, and that obviously includes 3 wins over the D-backs. Miami's 2 and 8 in their last 10. San Francisco 4 and 6 in their last 10, including 6 straight losses. And that's a team that the D-backs are playing coming up soon. So if they can't get right now, hopefully they can get right against San Francisco. But we'll see. But the D-backs, there's got to be a sense of urgency, like we talked about at the beginning with the trade deadline. It's coming up soon. They really need to figure it out.
Bednar.
Yeah, Jacob wants Bednar. I kind of want David Robertson. I'll take anybody though.
I'd take Robertson and Cease.
Yeah, I'll just take a pitcher.
Yeah,
I would just take any kind of arm out of the bullpen that you can rely on. You can't rely on the bullpen, but you can rely on us to be live every Monday through Friday at noon-ish. Obviously, we're live at like 12:50, sometime between 12
it's kind
of
the Coyotes' fault again.
Yeah.
Did you guys eat burritos before today's show?
Oh my gosh! Of course. I haven't had my burrito yet. Have you? Have a burrito?
No, because we're waiting. I thought it was at noon. Yeah, and it's not. So I waited here by myself.
That's so tragic.
So it's no burritos yet.
Yeah, I had a burrito yesterday. Gonna have another one after the show.
Right now.
Shout out our friends at Burrito Express. They're always hooking it up. They're the best burrito, the best breakfast burritos on the planet. Best lunch burritos on the planet. It's amazing, and obviously we love them because they support ASU athletes. Our boy Jason Conyers, Elijah Badger. They're always hooking them up too, so we appreciate that. And they're always hooking us up. Like I said, they brought us burritos this week, so we appreciate them. Make sure you check out everything that Burrito Express is doing on Twitter at BurritoXP, and head over to their Tempe location, or really any of the locations, but the Tempe location is my personal favorite. And check them out. You're not going to want to, if you haven't yet, you should, because they are genuinely some amazing ass burritos. Like I was saying, you can rely on Burrito Express for their quality ass burritos. You can't rely on the Diamondbacks bullpen, and you can rely on us to be live every Monday through Friday, sometime between noon and 12:30, usually noon-ish. Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at Shawn_to-pause. You can follow Petey on Twitter at SPetersHockey. You can follow Jacob on Twitter at Jacob_Franklin. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. What? _Franklin 4, yes. Jacob _Franklin 4. I'm sorry, I forgot the 4. He's the 4th ever, Jacob _Franklin. Follow the show at PHNX_bets. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a 5-star review. In the words of Amani Jones, you leave a 4-star review. I'm inclined to believe you are a hater. Make sure you follow the whole shindig at PHNX_sports on Twitter. It's still Twitter. TikTok, Instagram. I'm coming around to Threads a little bit more because Elon's just playing around a little bit too much now for my liking on Twitter. So follow us on Threads at PHNX_sports as well. We'll be right back here tomorrow at noonish. Hopefully Shano's back. But until then, peace, love, and please, Merrill Kelly, please help them figure it out. Please. Oh my God, please figure it out.